Hi, Andy Biggs here from Arizona's 5th Congressional District. This is the last in our series of videos explaining the debt ceiling, structural deficits, overall spending policy and bills, just for this debt ceiling bill that's being considered on the floor of the House, and we're going to vote on it here in just probably a few hours. But we're not releasing this video until after the vote. So I've been watching the debate this morning between the Democrats and the Republicans on the two proposals. Actually, there's only one proposal. The Democrats haven't bothered to put forward any proposal. But their baseline projections on the debt that they would leave us with in 10 years, this is theirs. This is CBO, Congressional Budget Office, from February of this year. It would be $52 trillion. That's the projected national debt. You can see the growth over these years here. Democrats are decrying and bemoaning, oh, the Republicans are going to cut this, that, and the other thing. That would be in the budget fight, which will be later this summer and into the early fall. But the debt ceiling basically says, how much are you willing to continue to go into debt to overspend every year? So the Democrats and Republicans have put together budgets that actually spend about $100 billion more per month on average than we bring in revenue. It's actually higher, projected to be higher. We've already deficit spent in the first 6 months of this fiscal year $1.1 trillion. The projection is $1.75 trillion by the time the fiscal year ends in September. So the Democrats and the Biden administration, not just on the baseline, not with new spending that they want to do, would give you a $52 billion national debt in 10 years. That'd be a growth. Did I say billion again? It's trillion. I can't believe I have to say trillion. $52 trillion. And that would be from this current year, just 10 years from now. $52 trillion. So we'll remember that in a sec. In the meantime, the Republicans who've been debating it, the proposal that they have has some interesting savings this year of $1 trillion, but only $78 billion of that will go to help reduce our national debt. That's what that's talking about there. And over 10 years, they would save $4.6 trillion with their plan. So what does that mean? Let's take a look at it in our high-tech atmosphere. The D's, they don't have a proposal out there, but just keeping the baseline that they're at, we're talking $52 trillion by 2033. $52 trillion. That's the national debt. The Republicans, by the same year, they're going to save, actually, it's not 4.6 anymore, it's $4.8 trillion. So let's just round it up to $5 trillion. You know, 100 billion here, 100 billion there, pretty soon we're talking real money. $5 trillion. So the Republicans' plan that they want me to vote for, and now they're saying, well, we're not thinking of it in terms of 10 years. Well, you have to think in the future as well, don't you? But the Republican plan is $47 trillion in national debt. I call this the 80-mile-an-hour plan. This is the 60-mile-an-hour plan. The Democrats want to drive off the cliff at 80 miles an hour. The Republicans, they want you to belt up and drive at 60 miles an hour. But when you go off the cliff, doesn't matter how fast you're going, when you hit the bottom, it's a horrific crash. That's what's happening in our country today. And it's because of this that I can't support this. The real problem is you have to reduce your spending. And that's what I have urged for a long, long time, years. I've been urging that we reduce our spending. Democrats don't want to do it because they want every social program to go. Many Republicans don't want to do it because they want to keep funding the military and grow military spending. I say you have to look good and hard at your social welfare spending as well as your military spending. All of your spending, you can set aside Social Security and Medicare, and let's talk about that other spending. Take it back down to 2019 levels. You're going to end with the current revenue levels. You'd be pretty close to making sure that you made ends meet every month. And I say, let's try that for a year. Let's try not raising the debt ceiling. Let's try living within our means for a year. I'm voting no.